Hi, I'm Sherry, and today we're going to take a look at the miniature Dresden set. So I have two layers of fabric here. I'm going to set my template down on top of it. I cut. All the way around it. And now we're going to go over and I'm going to sew these, my cut piece to my other pieces. Let's go to the sewing machine. So I'm going to line my, I'm going to use 1/4 inch of a seam allowance. I'm going to line it up so where the edge of my seam allowance is, it's going to be right along the edge of your template. And I always back stitch at the beginning and end because I just want to make sure my my seams does not come apart. It's just a habit of mine. And I'll fold when I press. I'll finger press this first. Make sure it goes down the right way. I normally fold them and press them all over at once. So it takes 21 of these to make your Dresden petal. We've got one here that now I'm going to sew on my last petal. I'm going to sew all these 21 petals together. I'm going to take it and I'm going to line it up. Just like that. Make sure your seams are aligned. Just make sure you go slow and follow that your edge of your seam allowance. Now we'll open it up and you'll just want to press it really good, press your seams down. And I have a 14.5 by 14.5 inch square here that I'm going to place this on. I'm going to try and center it up real good after you press it nice and down. So once you get your seam right there pressed nice down tight, go on the top. Make sure your everything's pressed out of it. There's no like catches or bubbles or creases. Make sure everything's nice pressed down flat. And then I'm going to take and get my material out here. So this is a 14.5 by 14.5 inch square. I'm going to get it press down here. Slide this down here on the end. You can clip your little seams. Clip your threads. Normally I'm gonna take and measure the size or eyeball the sides so I kind of get it right in the center of my block here. I can either take a little bit of a tack glue and glue that down, or you can pin it in place. You've got some pins. So what I do is I'll pin it in place so it doesn't move. Just like that, kind of in a couple places. And we'll, like I use a blanket stitch or a satin stitch all the way around the edges. I've got one here that we can do. It's a satin stitch. This is a blanket stitch right here. And I've just gone all the way around the edges to hold that down. And then you'll pull your pins out. Now for the center of it, you can use, there's a multitude of things that you can use. You can use a circle, one of our circle templates to make your center. Or you can use a yo-yo, put your yo-yo in the center, and I'll show you how to make that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut for a yo-yo, I use a 4.5 inch circle. But if you're doing it without the yo-yo and you're just putting just a round circle in it, I use a 2.5 because that'll get you your center circle, so that can cover up you got a circle here you need to cover up. So I fold my material, get it started, go all around. So I've got my circle here. So I'm going to make a yo-yo out of that. And that is, it's just a round circle that the material is folded in on itself and gathered. So I'll take the thing and I'll fold it over and I'll run a needle and thread. And as I'm going, I'll run a needle and thread down here and I'll gather. And I'll keep gathering all the way around it. And I'll fold this in, this raw edge. I'll fold the raw edge in. And you could take, that's about 1/4, maybe a little bit more than 1/4 of an inch. And I'll gather it all the way around. And I'll go a little past it so I can gather that up too. So what you'll do is, as you're gathering it in, you'll fold it like a cup and you just bring it on around and gather it in tight. And then I'll go ahead and tie that off. I'll get just a little bit of that material, make me a little knot where you can't see it, where you're hiding it, where it hides in there. And then I'll just cut that off with my scissors. And that's how you make your yo-yo. That's how I made my yo-yo for the center of that one. And then you'll just sew it down. Normally I'll hand sew that down because I like to have my edges floppy. And I'll just hand sew it right in the center of that. And that's how you make your Dresden. Thank you so much for joining us, and you can get all your products at martellinotions.com.